Back to Foxborough. Patriots have the ball, trailing the Jets 6-0. Ball position inside New England's 5-yard line. They go to the run. There's not much there. Jets could be calling timeouts here to try to get it back. There's a timeout signaled by the Jets with 1:29 to play. Lageman on the tackle.
Yards timeout. New York, number 2. 40-second timeout.
The Jets only have one more timeout. So I would imagine that after this play here, I'd call it on 3rd down and then force them to punt no matter how much time is left, because they're going to have to kick the ball into the wind, obviously. But let them run this play and then take it on 3rd.
Bledsoe coming back from the sideline. He's, as you know, the #1 pick, 6'5", 235 pounds out of Washington State. He's only 21 years old. And the upside on him is enormous. They really think everybody that's seen him, this guy just has everything you could possibly want in a franchise quarterback, except experience.
Yeah, and he said that's the one thing he needs. He knows the offense now. And that's, you know, the biggest problem was learning the offense. And then recognizing things at a snap. You've got to recognize right away and be able to throw the ball downfield.
This has been the best downfield offense today for the Patriots. Big Leonard Russell turning to the outside. This time the Jets string it out and run him out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:23 to play. So that helps the Jets.
Oh, it's a huge mistake by Russell. You're not going anywhere. Get down in the playing field and make the Jets at least think about using their last timeouts. Now the Jets will, on 3rd down, call their last timeout. I mean, you got Russell running sideways. There's no place to go. Get down.
Instead, he got out of bounds. So the Patriots now huddling at their goal line. 1:23 to play in the first half. Jets leading 6-0 on 2 Kerry Blanchard field goals. Double tight ends, Marv Cook and Ben Coates, both in the game. And now Bledsoe apparently sees something he doesn't like. He calls a timeout. They need 10 yards for the first down.
Now, we were talking about Bledsoe, and everybody really is high on this young man. And the thing that we were talking again, he said, I'm really starting to see some things downfield, you know, recognizing right away, reading defense. He says that's the hardest thing in the world, because these guys disguise it so much in the National Football League, something he didn't see that much of in college. And it really is a hard thing to do. First of all, you're trying to grasp the entire system, which is incredible. Then he's hurt. Then he comes back, and he's really starting to throw the ball with confidence. And then you get a day like today that is almost impossible to throw the ball.
Yeah, he missed 3 games. He strained a knee in the only win the Patriots have, a 2-point win at Phoenix, and told us yesterday the knee finally feels perfect. But the Jets thought he was a little bit more skittish since he's come back after injuring the knee, that he was a little quick to trigger the ball and make some bad throws. Pete Carroll was very open about that. So we're going to try to position our defense, if we can, to throw him out of sync and throw up that pick. He did throw 1 interception, but so did Esiason. Even on turnovers, no fumbled balls. Leonard Russell turns it up. Power driving. He's across the 15-yard line, and on 3rd down and 9, Leonard Russell gains 11 and gets a first down.
Russell just gets to the outside, and you can't. We're talking all the time about keeping the linebackers to the outside and don't let them get to you. There's Houston. You see where 55 turns inside? Kevin Turner gets an outstanding block on Houston. This enables Russell to get to the outside, and when that happens, there's nobody out there but a corner or a safety. Lott comes up and makes the play.
Another thing about Russell, Paul, is he's guy that some guys won't play with injuries. He tries to hide injuries when he has them. He wants to practice with them. Big time courage, and he goes again with the ball, and again he turns it to the outside. Not known for his speed, but he has been getting wide on the Jets today. The leading yardage producer in the game has been number 32, Leonard Russell of the Patriots. But again, out of bounds and stopping the clock with 1:10 to go.
And on that play, I think all 3 linebackers had a shot at Russell. Russell is running to his left, and look at the guys that have a shot at him. First of all, there's Clifton. Here comes Mo Lewis. Here, he gets a shot, and inside was Bobby Houston, who was getting blocked.
Russell's run 13 times for 68 yards for New England. On 2nd and 8. Back to the run. Parcells not wanting to let his young quarterback risk an interception late in the first half. Patriots very much in the game, down by just 6 points with a minute to go. And again, we have a timeout called.
Patriots are trying to run the ball and get out of here and get to the locker room down 6-0. The Jets won't let them. They keep running the guys out of bounds. They keep stopping the clock. Now the Jets have used their last timeout. I mean, if you know, you're looking at 3rd down now, you really can't take a knee because there is a 40-second clock. So you can't, if they take a knee here, they're going to still have to punt the ball. But they'll be able to run it down to about 10 seconds.
Bengals have won half a game. They're up 10-0 on the Raiders at halftime at Cincinnati. Parcells has said lately that Bledsoe is really showing signs of coming of age. That he really started to pick up the offense. Bledsoe said it's not so much learning the offense, you can do that, it's being able to implement it against all the changing defenses. He said he knows what they called. They give you so many different looks. Sometimes what you called isn't exactly what you want to do.
And, you know, with a young team like this, they really self-destruct. I think that Kevin Turner told us that. He said, you know, we kind of lose our mind when we get in the red zone.
3rd down and 9. They run the ball through the Patriots. The Jets out of timeouts here in the first half as the game clock now ticks down inside of 50 seconds to play. Run by Corey Kroom, and Mike Saxon, who punted the ball well into the wind the last time, comes out to hit it for New England.
Well, the Patriots can let the ball actually run down to 16 seconds before they snap it with 1 second left to go, or run it down to 15 and take a penalty, which will leave 15 seconds left on the clock. But then you're kicking into the wind.
Mike Saxon, the punter. Terrence Mathis is back deep for the Jets. Big rush. Saxon with the knuckleball hit downfield, but again it carries well and rolls out of bounds at the 48-yard line of New York.
Rolls out of bounds in Jets territory.
The Jets get the ball with just 10 seconds left in the half, and the penalty marker is down. 32-yard punt.
That's not a flag. There's no flag. That's just a piece of
yellow
paper. There's a big one down on the 30. I mean, the referee picked it up and shook it. Said, no, that one there, but there's a smaller one upfield. That big guy there is somebody's Pancho. Pancho.
He did that for a very serious offense, capital offense. There's paper all over the field. Everything's blowing in here. The rain, which was unbelievable 10 minutes ago, now has lightened up a little bit, but the wind has not let up a bit. In fact, the flag at one end of the stadium is blowing straight up. I haven't seen that before.
Not in my lifetime.
Esiason going to take one shot at it. Whoa, Burkett almost had a play on the ball, and the Jets will get another crack at it with 2 seconds left to play in the half.
Patriots had a 3-man rush, and Boomer Esiason steps up. He could have run for 50 yards. It wouldn't make any difference. He never would have scored. But look at this. Let's throw out here Burkett. 2 people on it. They're just hoping the ball gets tipped up in the air. Nice play by the defense. With a 3-man rush, and that's all that the Patriots are doing. They'll put a couple of guys back down about the 5-yard line, let them back into the end zone.
And that's what they're doing. They've got a couple of center fielders now way back. As Esiason on the final play of the half, unless there's a defensive penalty, fires downfield, hits an open man. This will take some doing to get into the end zone, and they don't quite get there. Rob Moore running well, big gainer, but no points. First half ends, and the Jets go to the locker room with a 6-0 lead. Now stay tuned for the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report after this message from the National Football.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report, brought to you by Domino's Pizza, where you always get great pizza plus something for nothing.
We welcome those of you who are wiping the rainfall off of your television screens to watch the Jets and the Patriots 6-0 at halftime, and the Jets slogging away in this downpour, Juice.
Well, let me tell you, most people who play this game would rather have snow. They can have anything. What you hate is rain, because rain makes everything more difficult, the footing, handling the football, even though I got to give something to that New England defense. They've given up 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games, and they haven't given up a touchdown in the first half. So there's some ray of sunshine for the future for the
And the
Patriots.
longer they stay in the game, the more dangerous they become, logic tells you. Meanwhile, the New York Jets, as we say, leading the Patriots 6-0. We move to the Metrodome, where the Minnesota Vikings are tied up with the New Orleans Saints at 7 apiece. A touchdown pass for Salisbury, a touchdown run for Fred McAfee of the Saints. The Raiders come to Cincinnati, find driving snow and a red-hot Cincinnati first half as the Bengals lead at 10-0 at halftime. Art Shell and the Raiders looking at a wind chill of 4 degrees and the snowfall you can see. Early on, 3-0 Cincy. Following a Bengals field goal, Willie Gault returns the kickoff 60 yards to the Cincinnati 29-yard line. But the Raiders would fail to capitalize from here, missing a 44-yard field goal. Earlier, they had missed one from 42 yards. Still 3-0 Cincy in the second. Bengals looking to extend the lead. Klingler to Tony McGee for a 21-yard gain down to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal. And 2 plays later, on 2nd and goal, Eric Ball takes it in from the 1. Bengals' second rushing touchdown of the season. They lead 10-0 at that point. And, Juice, I don't think you can say that it is all bad weather for the Raiders.
No, it isn't. Even though that weather hurt them on those field goals, could be a 10-9 game, 3 missed field goals, all makeable. The key to this game is Cincinnati's ability to keep the Raiders' offense off the field. They've had the ball almost 20 minutes of the first half, and as long as the Raiders, with that dangerous core wide receivers, aren't on the field, they aren't going to hurt you too badly.
All right, and in the field, or in the year of the field goal avalanche, today's been the day of the miss. There have been 8 field goal misses so far. Halftime in Green Bay, Packers lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3-0 on a Jackie field goal. In Atlanta, the Falcons stay hot. They jump on top of Cleveland 17-0 at halftime. Bill Belichick and the Browns here to face the revitalized Falcons, a team revitalized ever since Deion Sanders arrived from baseball. Playing both ways again today. First quarter, 3-0 Atlanta. Sanders catches a 6-yard pass from Bobby Hebert. On the very next play, Hebert, having a spectacular year, finds Andre Rison in the back of the end zone for a 14-yard touchdown. Falcons stretch the lead to 10-0. Second period, still 10-0. Hebert hands the ball off to Sanders. Deion pulls up, throws downfield for Rison. Pass is incomplete, but yet another weapon for the Browns to worry about. And Hebert continues his hot hand, throwing his second TD pass of the game, this one for 8 yards to Michael Pritchard. Atlanta rolling it up 17-0. Bobby Hebert is 17 touchdown passes so far this season in part-time duty. You say the big difference is still Deion.
Well, I mean, Hebert's having a great year, but Deion is the man here. After this game, it appears as if they're going to be 5-1 since his return from baseball. The key to this franchise is to get Deion in camp the first week of the season and not wait till after the season is over.
And that, of course, involves the eternal tug of war with baseball. Meanwhile, the Redskins have now gone 10 quarters without scoring a touchdown. Gannon quarterbacking today. They trailed the Eagles 10-0 at halftime. Herschel Walker, 79 yards receiving in the first half for the Eagles. Up next, we'll talk about the defense of the Buffalo Bills. Juice will bring you that right after these upcoming messages.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's Pizza, where you always get great pizza, plus something for nothing.
Welcome back. The Buffalo Bills are 8-2, a half game behind the Miami Dolphins in the AFC East. And usually it's the offense that carries Buffalo. But as O.J. tells us, this year it has been the defense getting the job done.
Did it bother you in the past that the offense was getting all the adulation and all the press?
Definitely. It bothered me a great deal because I had always thought that we were playing good defensive ball, but at the same time, we had such an explosive offense, we were kind of like in the shadow of the offense.
This season, that's changed. The Bills' defense has kept them in ball games, while the offense has struggled.
It's kind of unusual, but, you know, we have an offense that's right now, it's sleeping, it's walking in its sleep.
We know if we go out and if we don't score a lot of points, or if we don't move the ball up and down our field, we know that our defense is going to give us a chance or an opportunity to keep us in the ball game, to give us a chance to score some touchdowns and score some points.
The Bills' defense is ranked 21st in the NFL, but they've only allowed 129 points, second fewest in the league, which is the bottom line.
people now look to say, well, in order to be a great defense, you have to shut them down rushing-wise, passing-wise. But to me, when you shut down people point-wise, then you give your offense a chance.
We can bend but don't break. Give up all the yardage. I don't care if we never lead the defense in yardage allowed or whatever, as long as we keep them out the end zone.
Looking at the defense, what would you say is your strength?
I think it's just that we're concentrating on trying to take the football away from teams. I mean, we're trying to cause fumbles, force fumbles, and get interceptions.
We're able to come up with the big turnover plays, and these things kind of give you a boost. The guys enjoy making the big play, and we've talked about it so many years that finally, all of a sudden, all the lights are being turned on.
Last week against the Colts, they got into your red zone 5 times, yet you didn't give up any touchdowns. What is being said in the huddle there?
Can't let them in the end zone.
I don't think we can say it on camera, but basically just say it's time for somebody to make a play.
We usually try and pump each other up and say we can't let them get in the end zone, but I tell you, each and every player takes it upon himself to make big plays.
Bruce has done everything on this year. I mean, I've seen him play the double team. I've seen him play the run, the pass. He's done it all. I mean, he even caught an interception. Wait a minute, Bruce catching an interception? No. But he's done it all. I mean, I guess I got the best seat of anybody in the country because I get to sit there and watch some of the things he does. And it's kind of unbelievable if you ask me.
If there was a weakness on this defense, what would it be?
Weakness is, I think, you know, as fast as we are, we're still undersized when it comes to just somebody that's trying to come out and play power ball against us, like what happened against Pittsburgh. They caught us on a bad night. Usually we can get away with being undersized.
I think once we gel together and stop the run, this defense could be one of the greatest of all times.
Juice, they lose the 2 celebrated free agent inside linebackers, Conlon and Bailey, and get better. How?
I think mainly because of Marcus Patton and Mark Maddox have a little more foot speed. They can pursue better on sweeps, and they cover more territory on the pass. The problem is what Bennett said, that they are undersized, and when they play on an off surface, that neutralizes that quickness, and they can have trouble against teams that are big that can push them around on a bad surface.
But so far, they've been flowing to the ball, and our NFL Live halftime activities will continue now as OJ and I flow to the pizza and sink our teeth into it. Juice, you want a slice?
I'm watching my weight.
I
think
understand
I'm traveling too much.
Everybody else is watching your weight, too.
And here we are, moving right along in Foxborough, the Jets and the Patriots, with the Jets in the lead 6-0 at halftime. Don Criqui with Paul McGuire. For the most part, the play has been pretty error-free. There have been interceptions each way, one each way, but no fumbles so far, which is kind of surprising.
It really is surprising, and Johnny Johnson, one-handed catch that he made. But when you look at, there's not much you can do. You've got to run the ball between the tackles. And every time they try to go wide, they either go out of bounds. There have been very few plays where they picked up any yardage going outside the tackles.
Now we'll take a look at the Coors Light halftime statistics. The Jets with a total of 171 yards and 96 for the Patriots. First downs, 9 for the Jets and 6 for New England.
Look at the passing yardage, though. You got 99 yards, that one, a couple of screens in there that picked up the yardage, but only 24 yards passing for Bledsoe and the New England Patriots, and that's not going to get it done.
We should point out, actually, that one interception of Esiason's was waved off after they called it on a skip ball. They ruled it was coming on the one hop, so now the wind and the rain is even worse. It's gotten worse.
I don't know how he can get any worse than this. I know that I guess at the airport the delays are 2 hours, so that's we'll be seeing some people flying by here. But you know the Jets receiving, they've got the wind in this quarter, and I really don't know whether if the wind makes any difference except punting the ball. But throwing the ball, running the ball, they seem to be able to do what they wanted. I mean, the Jets got 3 points either way. The Patriots haven't done a thing.
Well, they both tried to throw deep with the wind at their back, and both times all the deep balls seem to be off course because of the wind. Wind gusts from 20 to 60 miles an hour here in New England. As we pointed out earlier, this is part of the storm that actually hit Dallas on Thanksgiving for that icy game between the Dolphins and the Cowboys, as the Jets run back to kickoff out close to the 35-yard line. Penalty markers come in. Anthony Pryor in to return the kickoff, but we'll see what the penalty marker is if it was an illegal block. It's a holding call against the Jets, so they'll be set back.
96 receiving team holding during the return, 10-yard first down.
Mark Gunn.
Mark called for holding, and so it will now be positioned at the 25-yard line, first down and 10. Esiason's main target has been either running backs or tight end James Thornton on a drag pattern under the linebackers across the middle. They come out running. Baxter tries the left side of the Patriot defense and gets a couple. That's all to the 27-yard line.
And all they want to do is go again inside the tackles. Use Baxter and Johnson, go inside the tackles, and they hold on to the football. Put two hands on the ball. Because it really is amazing. When you brought up at halftime, Crickets, there has not been a fumble, really, in this ball game. And with the conditions that are here, it is very surprising.
They've had some problems earlier this season on this turf when it didn't rain. It came apart, but today it seems to be a little tighter than it's been. Here's a throw, and again, Esiason with a little too much hop on the ball. As Johnny Johnson comes out of the backfield, that brings up third down and 8.
You know, when you look at it and you think, well, maybe Boomer Esiason is throwing the ball too hard. If he doesn't throw the ball with a little zip on it, the wind's going to take it. He's with the wind. It'll take it and take it up in the air because we're watching the flags go up. He had a little zip on the ball, but the ball still went up. This wind is blowing from the back of the Jets, but it's blowing upwards, and that's what the problem is.
Talking about the turnover count, Paul, and you point out there's been no fumbles. Not only no fumbles have been recovered by the other side, nobody's fumbled yet.
That's right.
Even to recover their own. They're protecting the ball, the running backs, as Esiason on third down takes a look and makes the connection for a first down out to the 40-yard line. Rob Moore with his 46th catch of the year.
What an outstanding catch. I mean, you take a look at this ball, and Boomer Esiason is going to see Rob Moore coming in, and he really has a lot on the ball. And look at the diving catch by Rob Moore. I mean, the ball is wet. The officials are holding onto it with a towel, trying to keep it dry. But by the time the center gets over it, and by the time it gets to the quarterback, it is wet.
First down call for Esiason. Straight power run to the strong side with a tight end blocking. And the carry is out close to the 45-yard line. Johnson holding up well with those bad ribs. He practiced this week with a flak jacket on, but they were very concerned about him wearing that in the game because it's awful easy to fumble when you have a flak jacket on.
You can't get the ball tucked in, so he really does not have a flak jacket on now. I mean, if it does, it's just a real thin pad in there because he wants to be able to hold on to the ball, and especially on a day like today.
Again, the pitch back. Johnson working hard on second down and 4. Here's a marker in at the 48-yard line. Tackled by Tim Goad and Andre Tippett.
Holding against the Jets. Here's a play again. You're trying to go outside. Every time we've seen these teams that try to go outside, bad things have happened.
Well, if this rain keeps up like this thing's going to turn from NFL football to mud wrestling. That field is about padded.
Holding,
I think they do have
number 80 offense.
You know what the amazing thing about
penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
That's Thornton, tight end. But you know, one of the things when we watched the Jets come out in the pregame warm-ups, they were working out and running the ball on the sideline. They never got to the middle of the field on their half of the field. They tried to stay out of the middle, and so did the Patriots. They didn't practice in the middle of the field. And you can just see they've been playing in the middle of this field, and most of the game has been played in this area, and it is all chewed up.
Second down and 12 for Boomer Esiason. Johnny Johnson catching it underneath and looking for a place to run. He gets back some of the yardage, and he's out to the 45-yard line where he's taken down by Andre Tippett, the 12-year veteran out of Iowa, who's been 4 times a Pro Bowl player from New England.
You know, it was really funny talking to Parcells yesterday about Johnny Johnson. He said, you know, we played against this guy when he's at Phoenix. They never threw him the football.
Yeah.
He just came out of the backfield, and here he is, the leading receiver on the Jets football team, the leading rusher on their team. What an acquisition he's been, he along with Boomer.
Last 2 games, he's been over 100 yards combined rushing and receiving, Johnny Johnson. Jets holding to a 6-0 lead on 2 Kerry Blanchard field goals. Somebody missed that snap count. For sure, Jeff Criswell did.
Jeff Criswell came out of there in a hurry.
Delay of game, offense, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
That's why he came out. The clock ran down. Delay of game.
Even if the ball wasn't going to be snapped, he was going to be at work.
Yeah, well, no, he just wanted to get out of the way in case somebody wants to take a shot.
They try every kind of a shoe as the field changes. Big Leonard Marshall, defensive lineman for the Jets.
They're adding like an inch on the cleats now to get some traction. Obviously, he's not getting any. Defensive line really at a disadvantage because they're not going anywhere.
Giason stands in. A great play for the Jets as the ball is triggered downfield. And coming up with it is Fred Baxter. A 20-yard gain on the play.
Boomer Esiason isn't afraid to throw the ball in. He's really spreading it around. Moore caught a pass. Johnny Johnson catches the pass. Now Fred Baxter, the other tight end, number 84, goes up in the air. Fresh hands, dry hands, catches the ball. Blair Thomas is back in the ball game.
Baxter, a big rookie from Auburn. Good blocker. They expect a lot from him, the Jets, as they go back to the run. Blair Thomas gets a carry. Broke one for 12 yards in the first half. He carried a couple of times then. And Tim Goad, the nose tackle for the Patriots, is on the stop.
He's very busy. Goad has been very busy. But again, you know, the Jets, they got themselves in trouble. Holding penalty, a delay of game penalty, but still picked up the first down. You're taking 5 minutes off the clock here in the 3rd quarter and moving the ball downfield.
Boomer has now thrown 23 times, has completed 12 for 138 yards. Blair Thomas hitting the gap quickly and shooting inside the 35-yard line down to the 32. Brad Baxter with the carry, as he is down to the 32-yard line, and it'll be just short of a first down.
Again, watch where this play is run. Right up over the guard. Cadigan is there. They go between Criswell and Cadigan, the guard and the tackle, straight ahead, pick up about 7 yards. Now you got a 3rd and 1 situation. With Blanchard kicking, with this wind, they're in field goal position.
Baxter and Blair Thomas are the setbacks as Burkett goes in motion. Boomer in trouble. He hadn't been sacked often. That's the first time today. And Andre Tippett gets him, number 56. Great player out of Newark, New Jersey.
Brad Williams also in there on the play. Coming from the outside. This is the first time the pocket has collapsed, but look at Tippett. He is right there to make the play. That was Williams, Brent Williams, 96 going by. That's the first time this offensive line is broken down.
And that sends out Louis Aguiar to punt the ball, and Troy Brown goes back to receive for New England. Aguiar angles it near sideline. Looked like it carried into the end zone for a touchback. It did. And the Patriots down 6-0 will go from their 20 when we come back.
First and 10 at their 20-yard line.
The wind meter here, winds are steady at 40 miles an hour, but we're now gusting up to 68 miles an hour.
Take off in that game.
So you had those little kids, the pass, punt, and kick kids out there. Look like going to blow out of here. Little guy's 8 years old competing at halftime. Straight ahead power dive. Patriots go to the run on first down. New England won only 2 games last year, but one of them was a 24-3 win over the heavily favored Jets on this field exactly a year ago. As you look at the Patriots' first half possessions, the interception, missed field goal from 55 yards, punt, punt, and punt.
Well, I'll let you take a look at where they started from. I mean, every drive that they had was in their own territory. Not very good field position. And this one here is dead into the wind.
This is 2nd down and 7. Jet cornerbacks come up tight. Pump the receivers. Bledsoe takes a look. Rifles the ball. A strike for a first down. Timpson is on the run, and he's across the 45-yard line and out to the 47.
That time Bledsoe had a play-action pass, and Timpson goes down and right into the zone defense on the left-hand side of your screen. There's the play action there to Russell, and Timpson just sets up, and this ball is right there. Hits him right in the stomach. Washington comes over and misses. Right here. Timpson goes underneath him, picks up another 2 or 3 yards. Patriots are in business.
He has that lightning delivery, Drew Bledsoe. He whips that arm, and the ball is there. That time for a first down, and into the wind. It's now at the 47-yard line. Looking to put it up again. Big heat. Man, that was up for grabs as the Jets. He was trying to look like set up a screen, Paul.
He was trying to set up a screen, and the screen didn't work because the receiver didn't get out, and that was Russell, number 32. So he tries to dump the ball to Turner, and as Turner was trying to go for the ball, he kept slipping. He couldn't get to it, neither could the Jets. Bledsoe ran a pass before they completed. Here's another play-action pass. Now, I think Russell goes up the block, and they're supposed to get out into a screen. He's looking for the screen people. There's nobody there. They don't get out. And he just throws the ball up in the air. If you're going to throw it away, throw it out of bounds.
That brings up 2nd down and 10. Good play fake. Bledsoe on a called rollout. Gets a big block and guns the ball down. What a play down to the 30-yard line. Vincent Brisby going way up and coming down with the ball. Takes a big strike from Ronnie Lott, but he holds on. It's a 23-yard gain and a first down for New England.
It is amazing how blocking helps you. Watch this. It's a roll of bootleg to the other side, but watch the offensive linemen peel back. They get their blocks. Gives Bledsoe enough time to throw the ball, and Vincent Brisby is there. Outstanding catch. The ball goes up in the air. He bobbles it a little bit, but holds on to the ball at the 30-yard line. Actually, they're inside the 30-yard line on a drive.
All this into the wind. Bledsoe making his best throws here in the third quarter into the wind. Now they go to the power slant. And again, they get yards as the power back. Leonard Russell drives it down to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati holds to its 10-0 lead on the Raiders in the third quarter.
There's an exciting game.
Tampa Bay and Atlanta still leading the Cleveland Browns as they continue. Which way is that they're going?
They're going in the right direction. They're a better team now. Wow.
Russell tries to take it straight ahead, and he doesn't get much on a 2nd down and 6 carry.
Bill Pickell is in the middle of that line now. He makes a play.
Leonard Marshall, complete with those new cleats they put in his shoes. He was on the stop. So the ball will be positioned just inside the 25-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
And from this position, if they don't get any yardage, it would be a 42-yard field goal into the wind. I don't think so.
Here's a blitz. They pick it up. Swing pass. Well done by New England. And then a big open field tackle stops the play. Russell got the ball, and Bobby Houston fended off a blocker and made the stop. So that brings up 4th down. And actually, where they're spotting the ball, there's a loss of a couple of yards. Looked like it might go for a lot.
If Bobby Houston doesn't make this play, this may be touchdown. What an outstanding play by the linebacker. The blitz was on. He knew that his man, Bobby Houston, you don't see him into the screen. Ronnie Lott's coming in. Clifton's coming in on the blitz. But on the outside, here's Houston, one-on-one on Russell, makes the play. That is a terrific defensive play.
Mike Saxon, the punter, now comes in. They don't dare risk with an unsure field goal game, and particularly into the wind, risk a field goal try. Saxon will try to pooch kick it. Angles it near sideline and kicks it out of bounds. So Mike Saxton delivers a big play for New England. The Jets get the ball back, but have a long way to go.
Plastic, 3, 6, 9 people. That's a big baggie.
Get the right gust, they're all liable to fly out of here. First down for the Jets from inside their 10-yard line, incomplete at the 13-yard line. Burkett was the intended receiver. Last week, Boomer Esiason became the all-time leader among left-handed quarterbacks in yardage, surpassing the Snake Kenny Stabler. Jim Zorn, another left armor. Steve Young having a big year, and they're really coming on in San Francisco behind Young.
There is the team. If there's the team in 1993, maybe the San Francisco 49ers. They are tough.
Goes in cycles. Teams go up and down. They didn't look like much early in the year. They're the best maybe now in the NFC. Esiason with a downfield throw to Baxter, and the big guy at 250 pounds busts open tacklers. And on second down and 10, he's ahead for a gain of 22 yards, 25 yards. They'll spot it, and a first down.
You know, you get a guy in a game like this that you want to throw the ball to, and twice they've thrown to Baxter, and that is Fred Baxter. Twice they've thrown to him. He makes a catch, look, takes a shot, and then he picks up another 10 to 12 yards. Keep going back to him. He's got excellent hands. Obviously, bad weather catcher.
That was a great play, really. Ball came in high, took it in, and the Jets drive on now as they advance the ball out to their 31-yard line.
Racing terms, he's a mutter.
He is. Out of field as Boomer couldn't make the handoff. He's in trouble. Gets it away.
You can do that, folks.
But Gordon McCarter shaking his head up and down like that's all right.
As long as it's thrown towards the line of scrimmage. Now, Johnny Johnson slips and falls.
That is not intentional grounding.
Gordon McCarter's explained it's not intentional grounding, but he's trying to get the ball to Johnny Johnson. Watch, he slips. Baxter in front, he slips, so Boomer brings the ball in. The offensive line, now they've got to have enough presence of mind to get back behind the line of scrimmage and then aside. And as long as you're throwing towards the line of scrimmage and it's at the line of scrimmage and throwing the ball away, you're allowed to do that. It's saving quarterbacks.
One thing that really rankles Esiason is people talking about his arm being sore, having a bad arm. It's obviously not this year, but Parcells said he saw him last year and he had trouble getting the ball 35 yards. Whatever it was, he cast the characters around him at New England. He said at Cincinnati there wasn't a lot of time to throw the ball.
You asked him that particular question yesterday about his arm, and he stopped talking to you.
No, he talks to me.
I mean, you really did. You wrinkled his feathers a little bit when you said, you know,
Parcells said,
I understand it, but when you said it, he looked at you like
he's heard it before.
Yeah, don't ask me that question.
And he told us how Pete Carroll yelled at him on the sideline.
Oh yeah, defensive coordinator yelling at you. There's another sheet of rain.
Third down and 7. Boomer eludes the rush. Well done by Esiason. He's very close to a first down out to the 41-yard line.
He's very close to blowing out a knee too. I mean, Boomer Esiason is running, and his leg, he's limping. I'm telling you, his leg got caught underneath him.
Ooh.
You see him just flexing his knee. This game is important, but you can't afford to lose Boomer Esiason. He seems to be all right.
Might be just short. I guess not. They get it by the nose of the ball.
You see something?
That was a third down play, so he converts for the first down.
All right, he's forced out of the pocket. He goes right upfield. The middle opens up. And when he starts to run, Tippett is there. Watch his leg underneath him. His right, see it? He falls. Tippett falls on his leg. It's on his right leg as it's planted there. And here's Tippett. The knee turns in. And look at Boomer Esiason stretching. You know, when you look at that play, if you see that on an artificial surface, could have been a knee.
And this used to be an artificial turf field. They changed the natural grass. Esiason takes a look. And Burkett, sitting down, almost got the ball, but it skipped off him.
Yeah, Maurice Hurst thought he had an interception. He went up in the air. That ball gets up over top. Boomer Esiason throwing the ball over number 37. Research, you'll see we come into the picture here. Here's Hurst. He goes up. He thinks he's got it. He doesn't. And this ball, look where it hits Burkett, right in the hands. Should have caught it.
Jets are going for their 5th straight win, something they've not done since the '86 season. That year they started out 9-0.
2 minutes to go in the third quarter. New England's only had the ball 1 time in this quarter.
Wind gusting close to 70 miles an hour. The Jets go to the run. Blair Thomas weaves his way on a 2nd and 10 play ahead for a gain of close to 4 yards, stopped by Mike Pitts and Todd Collins. Cincinnati has now extended its lead, a 13-0 advantage for the winless Bengals in the 4th quarter over the Raiders.
That is really a surprise. There's a heart stopper.
Esiason sets his offense. 3rd down. He needs 6. Incomplete. And the Jets will punt. In the 4th quarter, the Patriots will have the wind. Aguilar comes back on the field, and Troy Brown, a rookie kick returner, comes out.
I mean, it just seems like this whole quarter has been played right between the 50-yard line in the 30 where Aguilar is standing, and that is just all mud.
It's about ankle deep out there now. That really is a tough part of the field.
Watch when the center centers the ball, this thing starts to dip because he's centering directly into the wind. The last time Aguilar picked it up off the ground, that one got up high.
Aguilar hits it well. Troy Brown takes a look at it, carry into the end zone for a touchback, and New England will go on offense at the 20-yard line. The Jets continue to lead the game 6-0.
Easier to throw into the wind than it is with the wind, because into the wind you know the ball isn't going to go that far, and you shorten up your routes. You have a tendency to do that.
This time they go right at the Jet defense. Leonard Russell approaching 100 yards rushing. Powers the ball right at New York. Free safety Ronnie Lott coming up to make the stop. But there's a gain on the play of almost 10 yards. It's 2nd and less than 1 as we're into the final minute of the 3rd quarter. 6-0 Jets. They scored off their first possession on a 33-yard field goal by Kerry Blanchard into the wind. He later kicked another short field goal, 26-yarder, with the wind, and that's the score at halftime, 6-0, and it's going to be the score, it looks like, at the end of 3 quarters. 2nd and short. Up back. Kevin Turner runs the ball. And he's got a 1st down for New England.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter.
So they switch sides. The Patriots with the wind at their backs in the final quarter. The Jets continue to lead 6-0, and we'll be right back after these messages from your local station.